Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here today because today we're going to talk about, I've got a story for you. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am personally on my own spiritual awakening quest, and I love to talk and teach about emotions because I feel like emotions are the way in which our higher soul self, that aspect of us that is connected to everything, to God, to the divine, to the goddesses, to any angel, any loved one, it's connected to the oneness, right? And we are living in this human suit, and we chose to come in this human suit to have some experiences, right? And one of those grand experiences is our emotions. I mean, we have all these senses within ourselves, but when we can dive in and truly understand what emotions are telling us, what we're experiencing, and how it is that we can captivate ourselves into moving towards things that we're wanting to create in our lives, things that we're wanting to manifest in our lives. Emotions are your easiest pathway to all of that. So welcome. So today I wanted to talk about the idea of when you actually are experiencing in your day a moment of joy and a moment of sadness, and how they actually can happen pretty quickly in a moment. So here's the story. I this week got news about a dear loved one of mine, and the news was very exciting, and it was quite life-changing for everyone that they were sharing the story with. And I remember in the instant that the emotions were being said to me, or the story was being shared to me, I was going into a joy of feeling really excited and happy and joyful for this person. It was amazing. It was something that they had been working towards for quite a while. And not only did one thing fall into place, but many things began to fall in place. So it was a beautiful moment. And then, when I had a moment to think about how that news would affect me personally, I hopped into sadness. And what does sadness do for all of us? Sadness holds us back. Sadness, it keeps us stagnant if we stay in it for a long period of time. It keeps us from feeling pure positive joy, because you can't experience joy and sadness in the same exact second. However, I started going back and forth and back and forth. Sad joy, sad joy. I was playing with it. I became consciously aware that this is what I was experiencing. And it was interesting because I decided to ask my guides this morning in my meditation, tell me a little bit about that. And the first thing that came up was, don't deny your joy. It's so easy to deny joy, but it is that emotion in which not only feels amazing for me, but it feels amazing for the person who's sharing the information. And we forget that oneness, that when someone is explaining anything and they're in pure positive joy, so interesting when you can observe, and I used to do this myself a lot, is I would observe somebody else not feeling comfortable with that person's joy, so then sharing like a negative attribute of what could happen. Like, oh, be careful because this could happen. And what happens is that you're sending a message to that person that what they're experiencing isn't valid. What they're experiencing is short-lived. It isn't, it isn't going to be upheld, that the other shoe is going to drop. To don't allow yourself to stay in that joyful moment. It's interesting because we all do it. And I guess the message is today is to be awake and aware and not deny yourself joy or anyone else joy. Joy is that energy that all of a sudden things that you had forgotten were desires or wishes or intentions just come and they become a part of you. And sadness is just the way in which you become more focused on yourself and your ego. And as a spiritual person who is looking to truly understand the capabilities and the power that you have within yourself, It always starts with emotions. Now, some people may say, but the sadness is real. It absolutely is real. And I got to experience it when I thought, oh, I'm kind of sad how that's going to affect my life. And then I remembered, but what is the sadness doing for me? Other than my higher soul self knocking on me and saying, you're out of alignment, Michelle. That's what the lower vibrations tell us. You're out of alignment. You're viewing this from the glasses that are not of service to anyone. Then I can go back into feeling the joy and playing and dancing in that magical place with someone else. And that sets forth a whole new paradigm for myself and for that person. Because in that moment I have a choice. It doesn't mean I'm not going to experience sadness when the event unfolds. But it means that in this moment I don't have to play in the sadness because I don't want to. And I'm not denying it. I felt it. You got to feel things to heal things. And what I mean by that is when you're feeling it, you have then that split-second moment to choose what you're going to play with in that moment. What do you want to play with? Sadness or joy? We have so many emotions that we get to choose in a day, in a moment. But it takes focus and it takes concentration. So be your own emotional alchemist. Use your alchemy for the good, for your own growth, for your own experiences in this human suit. And with that, I send you many, many blessings. Have a day of emotions that you're consciously aware of. Until next time.